This is your Hdsr Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. A pair of Apple Valley Sun Devils seniors and a super sophomore from Sultana received Player of the Year honors. Apple Valley's Raymond Polito, 79, is named San Bernardino County Player of the Year by Fox Sports. The 6'7", 325-pound Raymond Polito has 3 times been named All-State. He is a 4-star recruit who will play next at the University of Arizona. Dustin Reynolds is Daily Press Defensive Player of the Year. The Sun Devils linebacker has twice earned all CIF honors. The 6'2", 225-pound Dustin Reynolds plays next for the Division I Big Sky Conference Northern Arizona University Lumberjacks. Sultana quarterback Jacob Higgs is Daily Press Offensive Player of the Year. He led the Sultans into the CIF playoffs his sophomore season, accounting for 48 touchdowns, 34 passing, 14 running the ball. Here are all 38 players named to the Daily Press All-Area Team. This list will be shown again toward the conclusion of this report. A tough task, limiting the list to 38 players, as so many teams had so many outstanding individuals who played so very well in 2022. Evidence the selection of the All-Area quarterback, Diego Lopez. The Mojave River League Player of the Year is the choice, emerging from a field that included Granite Hills senior Byron Rivas, Apple Valley Jr. Noah Seeley, the Mojave River League All-League quarterback, and Silverado's Gabriel Campos, the All-Desert Sky League quarterback. Diego Lopez led Oak Hills to their second straight Mojave River League championship, throwing 33 scoring passes in his junior season. The 6', 167-pound Diego Lopez completed 70% of his passes, benefiting from an excellent O-line that provided plenty of protection. Offensive tackle Paki Fano, 53, the 6'5", 260-pound junior, and Isaac Vicario, 52, 6', 230-pound senior guard. Diego Lopez and the Bulldogs' highly successful aerial assault also due in very large part to the extreme talents of the twin tandem of all-league wide receivers Shane Young, 10, and Shea Gabriel, 11. Shane Young led Bulldogs receivers in receiving yardage, 919 yards, his 14 touchdowns, also highest among Oak Hills receivers. Shea Gabriel caught the most Diego Lopez passes, 47, accumulating 696 yards in the process. 10 Shea Gabriel catches went for touchdowns. The 6', 185-pound senior also scored 3 rushing touchdowns and added a touchdown on a kickoff return. Carson Cox, 33, the sophomore running back, led all Mojave River League ball carriers with 1,215 yards rushing and a league-high 20 touchdowns, 18 on the ground. 2 touchdown passes for the 6'1", 172-pound speedster. Silverado running back Frederick Hunter, 3, is an obvious selection to the all-area backfield. The 6'1", 175-pound running back carried for 1,076 yards and scored 18 touchdowns, 16 rushing, 1 receiving, 1 on a kickoff return. Hesperia's leading ground gainer, Wakon Morris, 5, is one of 3 Scorpions named to the All-Area Elite. The 5'6", 150-pound senior led Scorpions ball carriers with over 1,000 all-purpose yards, scoring 8 touchdowns. Daily Press sports writers were obviously impressed by Apple Valley running back Xavier Salazar, 23. The Sun Devils Jr. completes the all-area backfield. The 5'8", 142-pound Xavier Salazar led Kyle Godfrey's Devils in rushing yardage, carrying for 776 yards, averaging 8 yards per carry. He scored 7 touchdowns. 2 Sun Devils O-linemen are all-area, led by 79 Raymond Pulido, the all-state tackle, named San Bernardino County Player of the Year by Fox Sports Writers. Alongside Raymond Pulido, Alex Arias, 66, 6'1", 230-pound senior, twice All-MRL. Hesperia's Anthony Ruiz, 55, is an all-area offensive lineman. The Scorpions Junior is the only player named first-team All-Mojave River League on both offense and defense. On offense, here, the standout underclassman is listed at 6'2", 270 by Coach Casey Goodnow. Silverado's Darren Gandy, 1, is a repeat selection to the all-area team. The versatile wide receiver was a triple threat, accumulating just under 1,000 all-purpose yards his senior season for Coach Kieran Jones' Hawks. Darren Gandy scored 8 touchdowns. The two-way starter also led his team with 3 interceptions. Sultana's LaMason Waller, 3, earns all-area recognition at wide receiver, another two-way starter, as nearly all-area players are. We see LaMason Waller on defense, here, stripping the ball and recovering the fumble he caused for TC Cleveland's Sultans. Granite Hill's multi-talented Theodore Wiggins completes the core of all-area wide receivers. The 6'4", 185-pound senior led Alex Gonzalez's receivers with 827 yards, averaging 22 yards per reception and catching 12 scoring passes. A defensive standout as well, Theodore Wiggins led the Cougars with 6 sacks. Atalanto's Keith Reynolds is named to the All-Area team a 3rd straight season. The Saints senior is a true triple threat on offense. He scored 14 touchdowns, 12 rushing, and 2 as a pass receiver. Keith Reynolds is one of the area's 5 elite players named to the All-Area team as a utility player. Victor Valley's Elliott Beasley, 22, is an all-area selection utility player. At 5'11", 180, he played defensive back, wide receiver, quarterback, and running back for Robert Kistner's Jackrabbits. Elliott Beasley was 2nd on the team in rushing yardage, and on defense, his 7 sacks led the team. Sultana two-way starter Corey Cabrielas, 2, all-area utility player. The 6'1", 170-pound senior wide receiver caught 11 Jacob Higgs scoring passes. At defensive back, Corey Cabrielas led his team in pass interceptions with 4. Serrano's versatile Peyton Cornell is named to the All-Area team as a utility player. The Diamondbacks senior is a repeat selection. In fact, he was All-CIF his junior year. Peyton Cornell led Serrano to 5 straight victories to open his senior season before suffering a season-ending injury. Serrano teammate Hdsr, 24, receives all-area honors. The 6'1", 210-pound junior is all-area at defensive end. Hdsr registered 8 sacks for Casey Mahalchek's Diamondbacks.
Terry Kurtz,
Serrano's Blake Chafee, 14, is an all-area linebacker.
Hdsr
Senior Blake Chafee averaged 6 tackles a game. Among them, 6 sacks.
Daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings, and 4:30 in the
Silverado's
afternoon.
Yvonne
right
Lewis,
here on
8,
Victor Valley
is an all-area selection at
Immediately following
linebacker.
your
At
Hdsr
5'6"
Sports
and
Report.
186
It's the most informative and
pounds.
entertaining
Lewis
half hour
averaged
of
9
Hdsr
tackles a
television
game for the
today.
Desert Sky League champions. Ivan Lewis, twice All-MRL. His 36 solo tackles, second highest on the team, behind Andrew Olmos, 27, 50 solo tackles. Ivan Lewis, Andrew Olmos, and Richard Reed, 9, constituted a Hawks linebacking core that Coach Kieran Jones exalted as the best in school history.
Running the ball, number 20.
Sultana's tackles leader, Rome Thomas, 5, is an all-area linebacker. The 6'1", 195-pound outside linebacker, a sophomore, averaged 10 tackles a game, 56 of his 87 tackles of the solo variety. Sultana was the surprise team of the year, going 3-2 in MRL play to earn a postseason berth for the first time since 2018. It could be said that Rome Thomas was to Sultana's defense what fellow sophomore Jake Higgs was to Sultana's offense. The all-area linebacking core includes Oak Hill's Quamaine Thomas, 3, one of 10 Bulldogs named to the all-area elite. The 5'8", 220-pound senior recorded 45 solo tackles. Quamaine Thomas averaged just over 6 tackles a game for Robert Metzger's Mojave River League champions. Fellow Bulldog senior Samisi Fain Gata, 41, is all-area defensive lineman. The 6'2", 250-pound Samisi Fain Gata averaged 6 tackles a game. His 7 sacks led Bulldogs defenders. Samisi Fangata's next destination may well be the University of Arizona. He visited there in November. Oak Hill's two-way starter, Christian Macias, 18, is the all-area safety. He is an All-Mojave River League wide receiver. Christian Macias is a 6'1", 180-pound senior, 3-sport participant. He has also played basketball and baseball. The lone freshman named to the all-area team is Oak Hill's defensive back Jeffrey Johnson. At 5'10", 165, Jeffrey Johnson registered 33 solo tackles and led Oak Hill's defenders with 5 interceptions. Sam Parm, 7, led the entire area in pass interceptions with 6. He is all-area at defensive back. The Hesperia Scorpions two-way starter returned those 6 picks for 76 yards. He was also a leading receiver of Josh Smith passes, 18 receptions for 434 yards, averaging 24 yards per catch, and scoring 6 touchdowns. This is Apple Valley 3-year All-League defensive back Isaiah Ojeda, a clear choice for all-area honors. The 6', 180-pound two-way starter recorded 114 tackles, 36 solo, 3 interceptions, and scored 6 touchdowns his senior season, 4 of those touchdowns on pass receptions. Isaiah Ojeda plays next for the Division I Southern Utah University Thunderbirds. This lanky all-area linebacker is Apple Valley senior Isaiah Zuniga, 1. The 6'5", 190-pound outside linebacker recorded 1 impact play after another, 2.5 sacks, an interception, scoring on this scoop and score, and displaying his versatility when taking the snap at quarterback and scoring against Sultana. Apple Valley's Caden Strubing, 7, is one of 2 Sun Devils underclassmen named to the all-area team. The 6'2", 185-pound junior safety is all-area in the secondary. Caden Strubing tied for the team lead in interceptions and registered 10 solo stops among his total of 33 tackles. One Sun Devil whose senior year highlights reel could take up an entire report is Jaira Lupepetela, 48. At 6'3", 280, the All-Area defensive lineman was 3 times an All-Mojave River League first-team selection as an offensive lineman his sophomore season, then on defense his junior and senior years. The highly animated Hdsr Lupepatella was very fast and athletic for a very large player, so much so that he enjoyed being used as a pass receiver out of the backfield and a power back carrying the ball in short yardage situations. Hdsr Lupepatella will play his football next at Eastern Washington University in Spokane. Another very large defensive lineman named All-Area is Victor Valley senior Dereeth Browning, 58, 6'3", 287. Dereeth Browning anchored Robert Kistner's Jackrabbits defense, leading the team in tackles and leading them onto the field. He was a team captain. Atalanto's Sione Tuinatoa, 8, is All-Area from his defensive end position at 6'1", 220. Sione Tuinatoa averaged 7 tackles a game and recorded 4 sacks his senior year. Barstow's Dimitri Curiel completes the list of 38 All-Area players. The Aztecs' junior running back accumulated just over 1,500 all-purpose yards, placing him among the top running backs in the area in total yardage. The 2022 All-Area team is presented by Silverwood. The developers of Silverwood, a master-planned community, proudly support the athletes, teams, and sports programs at their schools throughout our Victor Valley. A queen, a diamond, and a win lead Hesperia's girls to the top of the Mojave River League standings. Defending league champions Oak Hills Bulldogs, Silverado Hawks, and Lady Hawks are league leaders in MRL and DSL basketball. This trio of Hesperia Lady Scorpions have led their team to a 3-0 mark atop the Mojave River League. Queen Alla, 1, and Savannah Wynn, 0. Lead Lady Scorpions scorers averaging 12 points a game. Diamond Zambrana averages 11 points and 7 rebounds. Hesperia's girls beat previously unbeaten Burroughs this week to go to 3-0 in league play. Sean Foreman's Lady Scorpions are ranked 10th in CIF 3A. Burroughs began the week ranked 11th in 3A. Jonathan Kelly's Lady Bulldogs could gain sole possession of second in the standings if they can win at Burroughs in another of this week's marquee matchups. Desert Sky League leader and defending champions Silverado ranks number 7 in Division 4 AA. Elizabeth Udez is averaging just under 23 points a game for David Carroll's Lady Hawks. The junior guards 22.7 points per game is 11th highest in CIF Southern Section. Silverado and Atalanto meet on the Saints' home court Friday to determine sole possession of first among Desert Sky League boys teams. Chemo Brown's Saints are 16-3 overall and ranked number 14 in 2A. Michael Records' Hawks are 11-6 overall. Silverado is at 28 in the CIF 2A poll. The top 4 boys teams in the Mojave River League going at one another this week. Oak Hills tries to remain alone atop the standings when Rob Alexander's Bulldogs host 11-5 Burroughs, and Bobby Tossetti's 12-6 Scorpions go to Apple Valley to tangle with Oscar Muro's 8-8 Sun Devils. The Bulldogs' overtime victory at Hesperia earlier this week, a major step toward defending their MRL title. In collegiate play, the Victor Valley College Lady Rams are picking up steam in attempts to repeat as conference champions. Coach Troy Hall's ladies have won 2 straight in conference play and take their 4-1 conference mark up against Copper Mountain next week. Jordan Brooks scored 28 in the team's last win, a 90-21 blowout at San Bernardino Valley. Jordan Brooks had just accepted a scholarship to play next season at Division I Bakersfield University. 2 other Lady Rams sophomores being scouted by Division I schools are Tyrecia Sessions, who scored 17 in that last VVC victory, and Mania Willingham, whose 15 points contributed to the Lady Rams' 69-point margin of victory. First-year Lady Ram Moriah Burley added 16 to give VVC 4 players in double figures against San Bernardino Valley. Prentice Harris's men's team has won 2 of their last 3. The Rams' leading scorers on the year are Josh Ryan, who is scoring 17 points a game, and fellow sophomore Blake Goodrow. The former Hesperia Scorpion averages 16.5 points a game. Down Home Grill serves up and delivers this update on High Desert basketball teams. Flashing back to classic basketball rivalry matchups, 2022 Oak Hills Lady Bulldogs battle Hesperia Lady Scorpions for first place in the Mojave River League. 2016 freshman Jaden Shackelford leads Oak Hills against rival Sultana in key early season MRL clash. The Oak Hills Lady Bulldogs took a huge step toward returning to the days of Mojave River League dominance, storming from behind the second half to defeat Hesperia 70-56 in the MRL opener for both schools. Dominant describes the play of Delaney Crawford, who owned the boards and led the Lady Bulldogs with 28 points, 8 coming amid a 10-0 run in the second half that went a long way toward putting the game away. Caroline Ellison ignited the comeback with back-to-back drive shots in the latter stage of the third quarter. The Lady Bulldogs senior shifts into take charge mode, 6 of her 12 points coming in the second half comeback. Hesperia freshman Berlin Miramontes hits from beyond the arc, slowing the visitors' momentum. The 3 ends third quarter scoring with Oak Hills leading by 1, 45-44. Caroline Ellison accounts for the third straight Lady Bulldogs basket, the first points of the fourth quarter. Then it is the Delaney Crawford show, a strong showing for the 6'2 transfer from New Mexico in her first full game for Oak Hill. Did I mention she is a sophomore? Hesperia enters the game the favorite, ranked as high as 5 in the CIF 3AA poll, coming off the championship in the Serrano Holiday Classic, winners of 11 of their first 13 games. The Lady Scorpions are led by 2-time All-MRL standout Kylie Edgar, whose 15 points are high for her team this night. This Moriah Burley 3 ended first half scoring. The Lady Bulldogs trailed 29-28 at the half. The Lady Bulldogs cash in at the free throw line the second half. Senior Aspen Roberson hitting 2 in a row early in the third quarter. Delaney Crawford follows suit, sending out the message that no hack-a-shack strategy would interrupt her scoring ability. Both Coach Jonathan Kelly's Lady Bulldogs and the Lady Scorpions have Burrows to contend with the coming week. Oak Hills freshman Jaden Shackelford scores 27 points to lead the Bulldogs past crosstown rivals Sultana. The Mojave River League opener for both schools matches the young Bulldogs, defending MRL champions, against a very experienced Sultana team under first-year coach Brandon Henderson. The rival Sultans start 4 seniors, including returning All-League scoring leader Frank Bertz. The Bulldogs are very young, starting 3 juniors, 1 sophomore, and freshman standout Jaden Shackelford. Only 42, Michael Ulysse was a starter for coach Matt Smith a year ago. Sultans working the ball against the Bulldogs' man-to-man defense. 35 is 6'6" Brandon Dorsey, 4 Eddie Perez, Andre Gomez on top, to Perez, back to Gomez with the entry pass to Brandon Dorsey, and it's 7-3 Sultana. Wesley Bird draws a crowd, kicks it out to Frank Bertz, who hits his first attempt from the field. Bertz enters, averaging 24 points a game. Out of bounds under the Bulldogs' basket. 4 is Tyreek Parker to Brad Leontis. The 3 gives Oak Hills its first lead of the game, 11-10. Sultana gets it back, and back out and around to Frank Bertz. The 3 puts the Sultans back on top, 13-11. 3:10 remains in the opening quarter. Jaden Shackelford inbounds and moves off camera stage left. Shackelford gets his first basket, a 3, and the Bulldogs get back in the lead, 14-13. Another lead change. Wesley Bird, another drive to the basket. Sultana 15, Oak Hills 14. With Sultana up by 4, Michael Ulysse tips it in. Ulysse on his way to a double-double, a dozen rebounds, and 12 points for the 6'4" junior. The Oak Hills lead mounts to 5 on the Jaden Shackelford jumper. It is 28-23 Bulldogs. Oak Hills begins to take charge. Jaden Shackelford, 16 of Shackelford's 27 points come in the first half. The score is 31-23. Oak Hills, very patient with the lead. 1 minute remaining before halftime. Ramon Rodriguez off the bench. The 6'2" sophomore gives the Bulldogs a 7-point lead, 40-33. Sultana appears poised to gain some momentum heading into halftime. Frank Bertz hits the 3 with 2 seconds remaining, and he is fouled. 21 of Frank Bertz's game-high 28 points come in the first half. Frank Bertz completes the 4-point play, 2 seconds to play. Jaden Shackelford takes the inbounds pass and lets it fly straight and true, and the dog pound erupts. The 3-point lead is suddenly back up to 6, 43-37. Jaden Shackelford steal and drive to the basket. Oak Hills will put this one away, going away, 80-67. What made the difference?
What made the difference in the game time? Our defense, it really helped us get movements on offense, and helped us score and get the momentum going, and that's how we get in the game.
Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on High Desert and Mojave River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of High Desert television today.
Congratulations on your first win.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. Silverwood, the developers of the Silverwood Master Plan community, support the teams, athletes, and sports programs of all our High Desert and Mojave River Valley schools. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville, The Holiday Inn, Conference and Convention Center for the High Desert. The Holiday Inn, supporting the teams, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events.